Hello everyone, and welcome to the second video of the 10-day Lolita challenge. This video is about sharing two special meetup memories. Now, I have that glorious combination of anxiety and depression. I'm also a fairly introverted person by nature, so I don't actually go to that many meetups. In fact, it took me... oh gosh, maths is not my strong suit. 5 years, I think? I was a Lolita for 5 years before I went to my first ever meetup. So, the first meet that I want to talk about was the Rinrin doll high tea that the Sydney Lolita community held in 2008. So, this was one of my earliest meets with the Sydney community. I didn't really know anyone, and honestly, even though I have a lot of people added on Facebook and I do like them, I still don't know anyone particularly well because, hey, I'm not a hugely social person and I get a little terrified about going to meets. But this one, when it came up and tickets went on sale, I was not gonna let my anxiety stand in my way. It was Rinrin, of course I was gonna go. And I went, and it was a really wonderful experience overall. It was a lot of fun, everyone was really nice, the venue was lovely, I felt gorgeous in the coordinate that I wore, and Rinrin, of course, was an absolute delight. I mean, if you have the opportunity to meet Rinrin at any event, please do. She's a really, really sweet lady. I really enjoyed getting to meet her. It was... yeah, overall it was a really special experience, and what I'm going to do, rather than talk much more about it, because I know I'm just smiling and rambling here, all of these meets I'm going to talk about, and basically every meet I've ever gone to, I do have a bit of a blow-by-blow review in my blog, so I'll link in the description below to all the meetups that I'm going to talk about here. So, the other meet that I wanted to talk about was also from the Sydney Lolita community, which was what's it called? The Fairy Tales and Fantasy Christmas High Tea, which once again was a really great experience, and yeah, it was actually a really wonderful event. But the reason why this event definitely makes my top 2 is because I took James with me. James dressed up in OG and looked really, really dreamy. I'm definitely putting a photo here or somewhere because that man looked good. And what can I say? I think my husband's really hot. I was so excited to take him along to a meet with me and have him experience Lolita life with me. I mean, he has been a massively supportive Lolita husband, even back when he was a Lolita boyfriend, way when I started. Like, I started Lolita after I met him, and he's been encouraging me every step of the way. And while I don't think he's ever gonna be a full-on OG boyfriend, why did I say boyfriend? He's a husband now. While I don't think he's ever gonna be a full-on OG husband, the fact that he has participated in Lolita with me is really fabulous and really special. And there's a lot more I can say about this meet, but once again, I wrote a blog about it, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but it was a fantastic event. Now, in regards to both of those events, we are going to go close up to my creative collage magnet board because I've got some things to show you there. Stay tuned. So we have come over here to my magnet board to show you some of the art that I have received at those two meets. As you can see, this is a postcard that I got at the Rinrin doll high tea back in 2018. Isn't the art really, really cute? At that meet, we also had an opportunity to get some postcards from Rinrin to buy some, and of course I did because why not? This is my favourite, so she's on the board, the rest are still in a drawer somewhere. Panning over the board, we have this beautiful illustration. I think this one was by Yumi Yum Yum. I'm not entirely sure though, and I feel behind it back because I don't remember the artist for anything else. And then this beautiful one as well. I think both of these were lovely because of the Australian focus. Also on this board, I have a couple of little illustrations from the Fairy Tales and Fantasy meetup. These are also by Yumi, I believe, and they might be familiar because awkward panning, awkward panning, I have big prints of both of those framed, one on the wall and one on the desk. So those are two of my meetup highlights in my very limited meetup career. I do also want to throw out sort of an honourable mention, and that is to the first meetup I went to of the Newcastle Lolita community. I'm sort of midway between two major cities. We have Sydney, with the Sydney Lolita community, big and vibrant and lots of events, and we have the much smaller, aka it was dead until 2 years ago, Newcastle community. But 2 years ago, one of the members, Rosie, did decide to resurrect things with a picnic meet. 3 of us went, and it was actually really pleasant, and since then, Rosie and I have been working to resurrect that community. Basically what that means is we have lots of, well, not lots, it's still not very many, but we have Lolita meets of 2 people, but it's a wonderful position I find myself in where I do have access to this much larger community that holds much larger events on the Sydney side of things, but there's also something a lot more personal and accessible for me, which, yeah, anxiety and generally being introverted, big events are scary. I mean, I still go because they're still amazing, but I also really like just catching up one-on-one. We've gone to museums and had lunches and stuff, and it's been nice. So there you have it. 2 highlights from the meets I've been to. Like I say, I haven't been to too many, and I'm honestly probably never gonna be a super sociable Lolita. I'm happy experiencing this fashion in my own way and in my own time, but I'm really happy and grateful that there are 2 wonderful communities nearby me with massively different vibes, and that I have these opportunities. Now, as a thing, my room is above the garage. Garage. If you hear any banging in the background of this video, that is my husband rearranging the garage. Not the house falling down, I hope. With a picnic meet. Picnic basket. Where should I start over from? I don't know what I said in the last thing. Oh, I can edit this. And so those are the 2